There are footballers, and then there are legends. And then, once in a generation, there is a man who becomes the beating heart of an entire football club. For Manchester United, that man was Bryan Robson. They called him Captain Marvel. Not because of comic books or superhuman fantasy, but because time and time again, when all hope seemed lost, Bryan Robson did the impossible. He didn't wear a cape. He wore the famous red shirt. He didn't seek glory. He earned it. When Bryan Robson arrived at Old Trafford in 1981 for a British record transfer fee, expectation weighed heavily upon his shoulders. Manchester United were searching for a leader, a warrior, someone capable of restoring pride to one of football's greatest institutions. What they found was far more than a footballer. They found the soul of Manchester United. Week after week, Robson threw himself into every tackle, every header, every sprint. He demanded excellence, not only from himself but from every teammate around him. Pain never stopped him, pressure never defeated him. He inspired through action, never empty words. His courage became contagious. Supporters watched in awe as Captain Marvel refused to surrender, even when the odds seemed impossible. Every challenge was accepted, every battle embraced. He wasn't simply leading Manchester United, he was carrying them. There were unforgettable goals, thunderous strikes from distance, late winners, towering headers, moments when Old Trafford erupted because Bryan Robson refused to accept defeat. His partnership with the fans became something truly special. They didn't just admire him, they trusted him. Whenever United needed a miracle, they looked towards their captain. And so often, he delivered. The trophies eventually followed. FA Cups, League Cups, the European Cup Winners' Cup, and finally, after years of relentless determination, the prize every Manchester United supporter craved, the First Division title. When Sir Alex Ferguson began rebuilding Manchester United, Bryan Robson became the bridge between the club's proud past and its glorious future. Young players looked to him as the standard. Future legends learned what it truly meant to wear the Manchester United badge. Commitment, sacrifice, passion, leadership, these were not words. They were Bryan Robson. Even injuries, so cruel and so frequent, could never break his spirit. Others might have accepted defeat. Captain Marvel simply fought harder. Every return to the pitch reminded supporters why they loved him. Because greatness isn't measured only by victories. It is measured by resilience, by character, by refusing to stay down. Today, generations of Manchester United supporters still speak his name with immense respect. Not because statistics tell the story, not because medals define greatness, but because Bryan Robson represented everything Manchester United was meant to be. Fearless, relentless, proud, loyal, his legacy lives on in every captain who follows, in every young player dreaming of Old Trafford, in every supporter who remembers what true leadership looks like. Captain Marvel was more than a nickname. It became a symbol, a reminder that football is not only about talent, it is about heart. And few possessed a bigger heart than Bryan Robson. If his story reminds you why you fell in love with Manchester United, leave a like, share your favorite Bryan Robson memory in the comments, and subscribe for more unforgettable stories celebrating the legends who built this extraordinary football club. Because legends may retire, but their echoes live forever.